Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we're returning to our Kaiserreich Let's Play of the Union of Britain. Amazing things are happening. We are, I think, very close to getting Canada to surrender, and that would be very, very lovely. They have, of course, been our enemy. King Edward VIII has fled over there. We are advancing through through Cuba, but also in the West Indies. We are advancing a little bit down there, so our armies down here are fine. We are advancing into Africa, which is proving a sinkhole for our manpower. But yeah, we are over there, and that is nice. Other than that, though, where are you going? Oh, other than that, we have, of course, conquered a bit of this territory, this and in this area. So we are repairing a lot of these things, and that should be fine, I think. We are still very low on manpower. We cannot really break through down here against the Donau, but especially the Soviets are making, and the French, I think some Spaniards as well, are making some progress over here, and that is very nice. Although we'll need to be aware of these Dutch forces here as well. That should be pretty much okay. Well, I do have these tanks here, don't I? And I don't exactly know what to do with these guys at this very moment, at the very least. You're not really capable of doing anything. Oh, look at that! They landed over here again, and the Italians did manage to get themselves cut off. Oh, just dear God. Right, so what we could do with our tanks is, of course, send them over to Germany. I could also send them down here against Middle Africa. I don't really want to send them into the desert there, though, so I think it's going to be alright to send them to Germany, really. Yeah. I mean, we can just basically sort of kick the door in and just start to be a little bit more aggressive there. Although, I suppose what we could do is send it to Birmingham first, and I think that's going to be alright. So send them across the sea, and that should basically be fine, I think. You're advancing over there, so that's great. New England, we don't really need to guard anymore, so that is okay. Fantastic, good stuff. Other than that, I have in between episodes a split of these 8 destroyers. I think there are a couple of others joining them. They should be repairing soon, and just basically getting up to strength. They are very old design. But very soon we are going to get a very exciting thing, the Advanced Light Battery upgrade, which is going to be fantastic. Other than that, we have a strike group over here of our first air fleet, and you know what, honestly I think we can get rid of you here and actually ask you guys here to actually maybe operate in the Gulf of Guinea. We're going to set you to be operating this specific fleet. We are going to set to operate from Gabon, which I think is going to be alright. And then maybe we're going to have a look at realigning a couple of these guys down there as well, so that we have some coverage over there as well, and I think that should be great. And you know what? You are Strike Force Mission. Yeah. And you are coming down now? No, you're docked in the Azores. Okay, do need to come down here, and that's going to be alright. And lovely indeed. Right, we do need some guys to sort of guard the area down there as well. Not especially sure who would be doing that. We could actually do another wolf pack over here and get you into a new unit. That would not be the worst, actually. You guys over here are still based in Portsmouth, and I think you're asked to intercept anywhere over here, which would be alright. Yeah. We really do need more of these small scouting fleets, which I think would be a very fine addition to our fleet, really. So you know what we're going to do is going to take 6 more of these destroyers. Well, maybe not this one because he's very low, but maybe these 2 I think should be fine. Going to assign them to a new division over here. And you guys also will be repairing. Yeah, and that's fine. And that basically makes use of all of our dockyards while we are producing something else. You can see, yeah, it's all in over here. A lot of these guys are in the creep, but it's only a couple of days, so really I think we're going to be alright over there. Right, fantastic. And a lot of these things are also repairing, which is very nice to see. Right, good. Let's restart the game. Let's see what's going to happen. We are moving out these guys, that's fantastic. Canada is soon gonna be overwhelmed. We are of course doing a lot of... Oh, and there we go. That's fast. That is actually much faster than I thought. Alright, we do have a decent number of points, so does the Commune in India, and the Danish actually, for whatever reason, but that's alright. So I suppose what we could do is, can we take all states? No, we cannot. We've only got... Can we do this? No, we cannot. Alright, let's see whether we want to do anything then, or whether we want to spend just one turn to accept whatever happens. So let's pause here for a second. No one is doing anything. Can we take all states now? Yeah, we can. Don't want to do this. And there we go. That's done. We take everything. We are... Stop. We are taking over 20 states. We are seizing quite a lot of equipment, which is nice, because especially in infantry equipment, we are a little bit short, as we are motorized equipment, but that's alright. So, all of this is Union of Britain now, and I think we are getting one of these nasty events, so we need to decide on the fate of Canada. Do we want to liberate a loyal Canada? Interesting. That would be the Commonwealth of Canada, becomes the owner and yada yada. Do we want to liberate Canada and Quebec? Okay, so just 2 states. Or do we want to occupy them? We definitely do want to occupy them, even though it's going to drive down our stability, war support, and most importantly, political power by a lot. But you know what? We cannot allow these guys to continue the war as such. Speaking of the war, we still have less manpower than anyone else. And I think that might be because the commune has dropped out of the war now. Yeah, and I think that's true. Still a couple of units in no faction, especially the West Indies. But Donau-Bund and Reichspakt are still our primary enemies. Right, but that more or less concludes the war for these guys, for the First Republican Army. I suppose what we can do is ask all of you guys to come down to Boston as well. Have a little bit of a tea party there, and that should be nice. And we don't need any of you guys here guarding North America anymore. In fact, you might actually be fine doing something else entirely. We don't have that many areas that we need to occupy now. A little bit down here in Africa, but not really that much, I would say. So you as well could at least get back to Quebec. Let's bring you over there. Right, fantastic. Good result over here. Let's also look at our Air Force. We do have a couple of planes over here that really don't need to be here. I don't suppose we will be doing a lot in the Atlantic, so yeah, let's simply bring you guys over to where you'll be useful. Let's say over here in Copenhagen. You can fly over northern Germany. That would be great. Mr. Martin Beresford. Then we've got further aircrafts over here, more fighters basically. And I suppose you could be flying over southern Germany then. Just increase the pressure over there. That's going to be lovely. Good. Very nice. You do port strikes down there, and we should briefly check on how good these are going. Not that great. We are losing a couple of aircraft here. Damaging a couple of submarines. Not really that successful, but still alright. We are hunting convoys here, so that's great. And lovely. And we are indeed advancing on Germany there. And I think they are having quite a bit of gaps around Magdeburg here. I suppose they're going to collapse here. Probably this episode. Let's see. Oh, another destroyer sunk over there. That's good. And lovely indeed. Right. But in Denmark we are again facing some problems, so I suppose our tanks will be very well used over here. Good. Let's advance further down here. Let's see what's going to happen here in the Caribbean. I think our Marines should be sailing out, and indeed they are doing that. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, let's see. First off, just a bit of damage down there. Some submarines sunk down here. Nice. I mean, we are continuing to do damage here, so I suppose this is good. The fate of Ireland. Our men marched through Dublin, and the Irish Republican Army has shattered in the face of our armed forces. In the meantime, we must decide on the future of Ireland. Some argue that Ireland should be annexed into the Union of Britain, while others argue that this would be an act of unsocialist imperialism, and then doing so would not be supported by the Irish people, bringing us into a bloody guerrilla war. Liberate them? No, I do not suppose so. We're going to get an event, the administration of Ireland. Okay, this is not going to be great, and I'm feeling a little bit cheated, because we had that event actually before, over there, or sort of the general event of liberating a union, a nation or not. Be that as it may, we are suffering a lot more political power issues over here. We are advancing there though. Down here, it's honestly a little bit mixed. Don't we have any fighters over here? We do. So yeah, you're doing fine. And you guys are just moving about. That's okay. I should also say that I've mixed up our admirals over here a little bit. So this gentleman here is now commanding our light cruiser fleet. Because he actually could get the cruiser captain, which is more speed, more damage. That's great. Fly spotter is also nice. Blockade runner is not so great. But torpedoes also on destroyers are not that bad. And on the other hand, this gentleman here now commands our submarines. He doesn't have quite as many upgrades to that, but still, Lancer, Seawolf, all of that is pretty good. So yeah, I think that was a nice switch over there. Alright, naval battle, where we sunk 5 destroyers for no damage to us. Yeah, I'm going to take that any day. You guys are fine. You did defeat these guys over there in Nassau. So what I suppose we could do... Okay, we are, I think, not really going to win over here. Can I actually cancel this attack in any way? Come back. Oh yeah, I can cancel the attack. Lovely. Okay, so you gentlemen here are going to prepare a new naval invasion then on Kingston. With 3 guys. And then you 3 guys can do another invasion from here towards this place in Kingston. And that should also be nice. There we go. Everyone is doing their thing. Great. You guys are still advancing down there because we want to get the oil. And that is over there, and that should also be good for us. Right. Just, well, I'm really not sure how that situation is going to pan out. At least the Italians have one over there. Although they haven't really been great going over there. Ever since we annexed Ireland, I have been persistently resisting our forces. Determining to restore Irish independence. With our state destabilized by the Irish guerrilla war, we have 3 options. We could try to weather the storm, grant Ireland their independence as a socialist republic, or use drastic measures such as internment to restore. Drastic? So this is costing us 25 political power. This is getting some event of Operation Demetrius, and it's gonna cost us more political power. And I'm definitely not gonna let them free. I'm intrigued by what's gonna happen here. Let's see. Something is gonna happen, and I honestly don't know, so that is great, great to find out. Lovely, I like it. Right. More naval battles and such, that's mostly inconsequential. Yeah, and these are just convoy battles, so yeah. Ooh, what's happening over here? Interesting, they're sailing over there. Right, we have no template. What's that? That's just the mechanized equipment. Yeah, I know about that. Airplanes in reserve. It's not that bad. And probably it's a lot of the yeah, it's a lot of the equipment of the Canadians. They need to reform something right now. Just a couple of port strikes. Let's get rid of these notifications. We haven't seen a port strike over here in a while, nor down here, so we'll need to check whether they are still concurrent. And they are sending out planes against us. But still, we are, I think, winning over there. Right, how does it look down there? And what is Operation Demetrius? I don't know. Port strikes, yes, yes, yes. We are doing a lot of damage there all the time, but I just don't know what sort of the magnitude of that damage is. It seems like we are losing over here. It's alright. You know what, you guys here on the North American occupation force, I might actually ask you to garrison Ireland, because apparently we are getting a lot of events over there. Right, more port strikes. I'm always not quite sure whether that is the damage that you're doing in this bombardment, or whether it's more of the long-term thing. You know what, you guys, can you get over here and do some just some naval strikes instead? And over here, you apparently are sort of out of a job as well. Can I ask you to try to get onto northern Germany then? Maybe operate from Copenhagen? Maybe they have some ships parked over there. If they do, it would be lovely to sink them. Right. Yeah, just convoys. I'd really like there to be some way of not being informed about convoys. Gentlemen, do attack. You support this attack. Yeah, I think that should work wonders. And if everyone is joining, that should be happening fairly quickly. Well, apparently we are sort of advancing down here without even noticing. Can you get to Fort Raven and not come through there, but maybe go like this? Whereas you can sort of advance this way. Yeah, at the very least we are now seeing that down here in Africa things are starting to look a little bit better for us. And that's fantastic. Good stuff. We haven't really advanced that far in terms of days, but a lot of things are happening, so I think that's alright. Florida coast. The enemy has air superiority. Why though? We have a number of... Well, you're operating from an airbase that's not really suited to that task. Well. Nothing to be done about that though. Okay, and we are suddenly only at 20% over here? Why are you fleeing towards that area? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why are we being beaten back? That's really weird. Okay. How's it looking down here? Oh, very well. Good. You conquer this. That does mean we now have these oil reserves. Good. There's a 4 victory point province. There's a 5 victory point province. I think we want to grab these probably next. So let's go from Port of Spain towards over here simply because it's the closest. Right. And can I ask you to... Which one is it? Control? Nah. Well, it's going to be a couple of days anyway. Right. You should be blown away fairly quickly. How are we losing this? How are we losing this battle? We're doing so much more damage than they are. By the way, how does it look in terms of logistics? Lots and lots. Oh, this is so much better. Oh, this is so much better. All of our infantry equipment basically is done. And that's with us training a lot of divisions over here. 24 divisions, in fact. Yeah, we're still going to deploy them, even though we don't really need them at this moment. Yeah, but now we are kicking back these guys, and they're all malicious, so I think that's going to be alright. Maybe I can ask you to just reorganize yourselves a little bit there, and let the infantry do the job. That's a lot of reserves on their side. Probably we do have to land in Diego Garcia or in... Well, you know what I mean. Right, you guys. Still probably need a little bit more preparation. Right, everything down there is fine. Operation Demetrius. Today the military occupation operation the military operation codenamed Demetrius began. With our armies occupying many areas of Ireland and turning IA partisans despite large rebel and civilian resistance. However, outside of Leinster, where our forces and administration are centralized, Irish resistance could potentially be enough to overpower our armies. Interesting. So these guys have risen up. And I wonder whether that is one of my armies. I don't think it is. But dear friends, you are in trouble. You very well are in trouble. Your job is going to be to come over here now. And said half of you I think are going to get here to Galloway. Why can't you go to Dublin but not over here? Probably it's enemy. Alright. Okay, so in fact all of you and all of you, that is... Now come over here. Good. Fantastic. Good stuff. Right, interesting stuff. It's a good event chain, although it's interesting to see Ireland raising up just like that. Over here things are fine. We are sinking some submarines, we are sinking some destroyers, some irrelevant battles, some sinking off this and that. That's nice. Good. Ireland, really. That's incredibly interesting. But yeah, we're lucky that our forces are on their way, and I suppose that's very nice. Right, you can get to Kinshasa if you are here. Just look at how distributed their victory point provinces are, though. Right, I suppose we can go a little bit fast over here, just until something really interesting happens, like this. This is great. This I love. So, what we're going to do is we're going to redesign pretty much all of our ships, and I'm going to start actually with our carriers. So let's look at our carrier design, the Republican class. We haven't really upgraded this at all since we started the game. And I don't usually think that it's worth upgrading carriers that much, because we do have, the most important thing really is this. But you can also see anti-air is really, really low over here. So I would definitely like to get better anti-air weapons for our carriers. We can also think about doing radar installations, and it's not going to be that expensive. It's going to be expensive, but not that expensive. New engine, of course, would be extremely expensive. And now in secondary batteries, we can do dual purpose guns. Not only is it going to give us better light attack, it's also going to give us more anti-air, and that is of course fantastic. And then over here, more anti-air is yet better. And should we do another secondary battery over here? It would be nice, wouldn't it? Light piercing 9.2, that's really great. And this has anti-air of 2.5. And this has 16.3, and with this we would have 14.3. So this is yet better, but the light attack is so much worse. So no. What we're actually going to do is we're going to also do a dual purpose battery over here, and I think this is a fairly decent upgrade. Plus 10 anti-air, bit better light piercing, a bit better light attack, but really the big thing is the anti-air. Sub detection is going to go up, surface detection is going to go up. I like it. Yes, it's going to cost us a little bit, but not the world. So let's call that the improved, or let's call that the Republican Class 2. I'm just going to name it like that so I can actually see it in the term over there whenever I do it. Right, let's grab all of you. Let's refit these ships to improved carriers. It's going to take a while, 56 days, which is a while, but not the worst. It's basically fine, I think. And then with these guys, we're going to do the very same thing. Yes, please. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask you guys to simply do one line each, and these things are going to fill up sooner rather than later. Good. Right, unread naval results over here. Ooh, I should have clicked on that. I basically did this immediately, but it was Dreadnought, and was the head of or the pride of their fleet. So yeah, lovely, good. And you are sort of circling around there, nice to see that. How are things looking up over here in Italy? I see a lot of battles. We are being defensive mostly. Seems like we bogged a little bit down, but that's alright. We also of course have air research available, since we just finished with the light battery upgrade. Could do a lot of these things. Most of them are fairly interesting, although I'm wondering whether we shouldn't go for better guns now. More special forces, always interesting. There's nothing over here that's extremely interesting. Construction, excavation, we could do one thing. 1942 is a while away, but this is generally a very good tech because it's an upgrade to every research speed. So it's not that bad. Air. I think better tactical bombs would be lovely. Naval doctrine, we don't really need anything here. We could do some of these upgrades, but I don't suppose it's that important right now. 56 days, that would be fairly lovely for some of our other upgrades that we're going to do fairly soon. How much of an upgrade is it really though? Yeah, it's a lot, so let's research that. Good. Very nice. Don't really have our forces up here yet, but they are going to come there soon rather than later. National focus completed. New pilot training. That is lovely because it's going to give us a lot of research bonuses. And that's nice, but the important thing is that we are very low on political power, so I think what we're going to do is support the foreign comrades over here, and that is going to give us a bit of foreign power there. A lot of free dockyards. We do have a couple of heavy carriers that are being refurbished right now, and I suppose we do have one down here as well. You're the slightly older version, so no, I'm not going to bother with you too much. What I am going to bother though is about these fast battleship. These guys haven't really been upgraded at all either. I'm not going to touch the main guns because they're not that important, but I'm going to give you better radar, I'm going to give you better anti-air definitively, I'm going to give you dual purpose secondary guns. And over here as well, dual purpose guns. Do we want to stick with the air piece over here, because that is But even if we are removing it, I think we do have this one. Anti-air plus 10%. That is an interesting modifier, I believe. But still, if we do give you a secondary, dual-purpose secondary battery, your anti-air is going to go up by 10.5 points. That's extremely good. It's not only that your screens do have anti-air capabilities, but also with the heavy ships, it's important that they have some anti-air so that they don't get targeted as much and prioritized with that. Heavy attack, that's pretty inconsequential. Light piercing is decent, but most importantly, light attack is going to more than double over here. Surface detection going to go up, sub detection going to go up. This is a very good win on an improved fast battleship, which is a relatively uncreative name, I have to admit. But you know what, it's fine. For these heavy batteries, I think they are. What's that? It's called a 28 centimeter battery, which I suppose is this one. We could upgrade that, but you can see the cost going to go up by 700 points. And not that important. The piercing is going to go up a little bit, but heavy attack isn't even going to go up by that much. So no upgrade on that piece. And let's save this design. And then what we can do is ask all of you guys here to be upgraded to improve our fast battleships as well. And that should give us some indication there. And you know what? Likewise, you guys do upgrade. Right, and that should get rid of the free dockyards sign as well soon. What? No, of course you're going. Of course you can join our war. That's fine. Okay, let's simply mass accept all of this. All gonna join the Irish War. That's nice. Yeah, it's lovely to have good allies. Right, battle over here is honestly going a little bit weird. No, stop it, stop it. Ah, okay, this is active. No. Stop it. Stop it. Right, it's an island. Interesting. Let's have a look at that in a second. Right, we are potentially advancing on Kingston. You here should execute this. Should execute that. Lovely, thank you. Right, good. Right, in Ireland. They do have a lot of military units advancing already. Too many people turned out for a protest and demonstration against our rule in Ireland. The protest turned soon into rioting, and we are losing political power. Not anything else though, which is also nice to see. You're still advancing over there, so that's great. It's going to take a while though, I suppose. These fast battleships have already been taken in, but there are still quite a couple that we do lack. And we do have more than 20 naval power to upgrade things. So let's have a look at what else we've got floating around over here. So these guys over here, I suppose we cannot upgrade you yet because we haven't refurbished that line of battleships yet. So that's alright though. All of you guys are doing fine. This is only Dreadnoughts, which we could upgrade as well. Yeah, okay, let's redesign these guys as well. Basically along these lines as we've taken on already. Let's do raid over here. Let's do dual purpose guns obviously, and let's do dual purpose guns over here. Again, mostly anti-air upgrade, slight upgrade on light attack as well, and surface detection. All in all, it's alright. And that should allow us to pick you guys over here, upgrade you. Thank you. Yes, 50 days only. That's pretty nice. And grab you guys and upgrade you as well. There we go. And I suppose now we really should see these guys upgrading soon. You guys down here have very low organization, but I suppose you will be alright in the midterm. Over here we are taking By the way, do see how many troops are over there. But I think over here we will be fine. Yeah, it's basically the whole width that we are taking. And these guys are losing organization extremely fast. Yeah, of course. Come on, how are things looking here? Are we still wasting stuff? We would like to attack there. You're basically done. Unread naval results. It seems a little bit harsh over here. No, not really. Still alright, I would say. Okay, you know what? If we do have some spare naval capacity, let's look at our battle group over here. We've got a lot of different ship designs. Mostly dreadnoughts of the version 2, some 3. Very few 5. And I think the 5 ones have been upgraded at least a little bit. Or was that not the case? Well, I suppose we could upgrade you here. It's not the biggest upgrade, really. Could get rid of one of you to be a lot faster. If we do it like this, we would be losing a lot of heavy attack. We would be much faster, but honestly I don't like that. Let's continue with our extremely heavy design over here, with a lot of heavy guns. Let's switch out for radar because indeed the reliability is nice to see. Dual purpose guns I think are also good. And all in all it's gonna give us a decent upgrade here on light attack and a little bit on anti-air. It's really not that meaningful though. Light? No, this is silly. Okay, so not on the version 2. On the version 5 then, what can we do? You are already a little bit faster, so that's great. We can give you radars, we can give you dual purpose guns, we can give you anti-air. We can give you better fire control systems, so it's gonna reduce, but I like the heavy attack. So let's actually do this. Let's give you secondary batteries as well, that are a little bit better. And I think this is a fairly good ship. We could actually also simply replace this for anti-air, but no. I think a dual purpose gun is a fine addition here, so you know what, let's save this. And we're gonna pick all of these guys here with a version number 5. Basically is only 2. That's a lot of naval experience just for that. But let's refit these guys to this one over here. It's going to take a while. We might also want to ask whether we do want to upgrade these guys. There is a little bit to be said about that, I suppose. Reliability upgrade, dual purpose gun upgrade. Anti-air would go up fairly significantly. Nothing else really. Heavy attack would come down slightly. It's a nice attack on it's a nice upgrade on anti-air. So let's do that. And let's get these guys here to upgrade as well. There we go. Fantastic. Good. Lovely. And that should hopefully get rid of this thing over here as we are pulling these guys in for upgrades. I think a lot of them are still sort of sailing around and getting to a decent port where they can actually do that. But that's going to take a little while for some of these ships because they're fairly far away. Right. Okay, I suppose you shouldn't be coming into Dublin. Let's get you to Belfast, which should be alright. And then next time we're going to see whether we are going to win in Ireland again, and whether Germany is indeed going to fall, and potentially do some upgrades on our shipping as well. Very soon I think with all of these things done, we will be seeing quite a nice couple of things as they come online. Fuel is not an issue now, even though we are transferring a large number of ships over here to be refit. I'm not really sure whether I like what you're doing here, but I think we're going to be alright. Good. That being said, thank you very much for watching, guys. Do leave a like and all of that, and I see you again next time. Bye bye.